Hello. So for this week, I was able to use the high quality connections, or the HQC. I know our focus this week was respectful engagement, and I was able to accomplish that at my job setting. So just a background on my job, I am a business analyst. I'm considered a data manager, although my actual position within my pay stub, my company is a change coordinator. I work directly with a configuration management team, and I work directly with a change manager. I am pretty much his assistant and his backup when he is out of the office. So there's a lot of changes that's going on in the job right now. There's a lot of just a revolving door just with COVID and all the changes. So there's a lot of people coming and a lot of people going as well. People that have been there for a while that are retiring, just all types of, how resources just come and go at jobs, which means though that there's a lot of availability that will be coming up with new positions, etc. So what is the outcome you are trying to achieve? Mine was promotional growth at my current employment within my government agency. So I work at the Department of Transportation in DC. With whom did you work? As I said, I work directly with my lead, who is the change manager within my configuration management team. My actions that I plan to take during this experiment, I planned and succeeded in discussing possible position opportunities with my lead. And my measure of success was moving forward with the advice that I was directly given. So basically, I'm just trying to move forward within this position. Although you guys know that I'm ultimately trying to move out of this kind of IT world and eventually going into the environmental field. But I'm going to be here for a while until I finish my, bachelor's degree. So I might as well just keep trying to move up, while positions possibly open. So my main focus for this experiment was just talking to my lead and finding out the different positions that are opening up within our department and within our team directly. I approached this scenario by understanding the various changes that are happening within my team as well as my department. What happened according to each measure of success, conveying presence, I was able to utilize the strategy by using Microsoft Team videos, the calling system, and the messaging system. We use Microsoft Teams for everything that we do because we're working full remote right now. Since COVID, March 2020, we've been working complete full remote. So we use Microsoft Teams. We just stopped using Skype, but we just do everything through the computer. There's no physical anything at this point. Some of us have to go into the job, but my position, I'm not needed at the job at this time. So conveying presence, being genuine, I effortlessly use this strategy just by being myself with my lead. So I was easily able to talk to him on a genuine level. Communicating affirmation, I utilize affirmation by knowing when the best time would be to utilize the HQC technique based on my lead's schedule and availability for the week. So just being on his team, I knew his schedule. I knew when his meetings were for the most part. I just knew when his busiest times were going to be, to the point where I just kind of mapped it out, so I knew exactly the best time that he would be able to speak with me on a deeper level as far as positions or just anything that he, what he thought would be best for me to try to maneuver in. Effective listening, I utilized my work charisma and I ensured I was listening actively to all the information that I was given. So what I mean by that is just being myself, really just making sure that I'm listening to everything he's saying, even if he's getting off topic, but just knowing that if he's kind of going left, it's for a reason. He might be telling me something about something that happened in the past that still pertains to the position that I'm trying to get. So just actively listening, going back from what he said and repeating what he said, just so he knows that I'm constantly paying attention. And supportive communication. I assured myself that I would be professional at all times, even if conversation about other resources or coworkers were mentioned, just making sure that I'm professional. Even though I know my lead. I know them well. It's just not professional to mention other people in a negative light. There's no reason for it, and I just try to stay away from it. So that's, in my opinion, was my supportive communication. It's just being active and just being positive, not just discussing what the task at hand, what I'm trying to accomplish, without downing anyone else in the process. Why someone else, could be leaving the job or whatever the case, it's not my business. It's more so just, why the position is open and how I'm able to get in myself. What specific behaviors did I observe? I observed the most their willingness to really just listen to me, listen to what I'm exactly looking for, the position I'm trying to get in based off of my specific skills, which is more so writing. I'm an introvert. I definitely not a good speaker, I don't believe. So I just definitely want to utilize my writing skills as much as possible. So I try to stay within positions like that. And him knowing me, he definitely was just listening to me. I definitely noticed that behavior the most, just his active listening. Any surprises or insights? No specific surprises, but insights is just being able to hear a fellow coworker just speak positively of you and your quality of work. It's very nice to hear sometimes. You have your family telling you this and that, which is wonderful. They know you the most, but it means a lot. It means just as much from people that you've worked with for a long period of time, just knowing your assignments, your deliverables that you turn in, and just thinking that it's actually good quality of work. It meant a lot. It was a great insight. So although I've known my team lead for years, like I said, I'm an introvert, and therefore was still quite nervous to start this engagement on a serious level. So that was kind of my feeling during the interaction. An insight that I learned about HQC, I relearned a lot of what I already knew from her readings, such as corrosive connections, which I've experienced with management at several jobs throughout my years of employment. Just meaning there's a lot of negative everything at positions I'm sure we're all aware of, in school or it be jobs, and it can really affect how people feel, how your employers act, and ultimately that will affect their quality of work, I feel. So I learned a lot. It was really reiterated in the reading just about that. And how can you apply when you're on the receiving end? I just thought if I ever become a manager myself in the future, I will ensure to treat all employees with mutual respect by listening effectively, remaining genuine at all times, communicating supportively, being present actively, whether that be remotely or physically, and by communicating affirmation. This will just ensure my employees that I actually care about them. I care about their work. I care about their mental health. I'm just treating them with the utmost respect that I expect, and definitely give that back to them in return. I definitely don't ever want to get into a higher position or a position of power and then change and be anything less than what I wanted from myself or what I expected from management myself. So that was my reflection. Thank you.